The first part of Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Frank Herbert's iconic novel Dune is on its way. The difficulties in bringing this incredibly complex tale to the big screen in the past have been well documented, and Villeneuve's turn at the helm seems to be facing its own unique challenges as well. Though this will be the second time Dune will grace theaters, Villeneuve's approach to this sweeping story is unique in that the adaptation will be split up into 2 feature-length films, a stipulation made by the director in order to more faithfully adhere to the intricate source material. Denis Villeneuve, Jon Spaihts, and Eric Roth took on the cinematic challenge of writing the script for this upcoming adaptation. In this video, I'd like to talk about the interview that Collider recently conducted with Eric Roth, as well as cover the most recent news regarding Warner Bros.' current release strategy for Dune. Eric Roth, who has worked with Denis Villeneuve in the past on the sci-fi drama Arrival, first talked about his experience writing for Dune and offered his thoughts about the film itself, saying, quote, "Working on Dune was wonderful. I'd done some work for Denis on Arrival and we became kind of a little bit of soulmates. And so when Dune came along, he asked me if I would approach it. And I did, and I wrote a big, full, overwritten Eric Roth draft that had certain things special to me. It needed to be honestly cut down and sort of harnessed, and Denis did some of that, and they eventually brought in a writer. I was busy, so they brought in a writer named Jon Spaihts, who is a wonderful writer, who I think kept it grounded. And I think I don't want to say Lord of the Rings, but I think it's really pretty spectacular. He's a visionary of his own kind, Denis." It is really great to get an insider's perspective of writing the script for Dune, and I applaud the collaborative approach between these 3 writers. Working closely, they were able to refine the script, and by Eric's own words, create something pretty spectacular. Coming from the writer's perspective, I am excited that he is so pleased with how the film has turned out. Eric Roth confirmed the 2-film approach to this adaptation, which is something he apparently didn't know when he was initially brought on board, saying, quote, "It's completely the first half. Yeah, I didn't know when we started, so I think I adapted a little more than the first half and started going into the second half of the book. But I've seen the film, it's pretty much the first half." The first film in this 2-part adaptation is intended to cover the first 2 sections of the novel. However, it has also been confirmed that at least one portion of the first half of the book is intended to be presented in the second movie. Roger Yuan, the fight coordinator for the film, confirmed he is intended to have a part in the sequel, in which he faces the antagonist Feyd-Rautha in a battle to the death. I cover a recent interview with Roger Yuan where he talks about this particular sequence, along with his experience working on the set of Dune. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out to learn more. It appears that while the second film in this 2-part adaptation has not yet been greenlit for production, the creators have every intention of proceeding with adapting this iconic story. Collider's interview continued, and Eric Roth revealed that he has written a story treatment for the second film, saying, quote, "I wrote a treatment to show the estate what we could do with the second half. But I've got to tell you that I think I've done as much as I can do. I also have other things I want to do. I'm 76 years old, and these things obviously take a long time to do, and so I have a few others I'm excited about. And hopefully people love Dune so much that they do want to have a second part, and I'm sure Denis would do an amazing version of that." So while it appears Eric Roth won't be involved any further if production for the second film gets underway, it's reassuring that there is a solid foundation for the cast and crew to pick up where the first film leaves off, and hopefully have a speedier production process for the second half. The first film's financial success is no doubt the determining factor for the production of the sequel. While the exhibition industry has taken a significant blow in the aftermath of the global health crisis, there looks to be a reason for hope when Dune finally premieres in October 2021. Godzilla vs. Kong, another film in which Legendary and Warner Bros. Have collaborated on, recently broke post-pandemic box office records by grossing $48.1 million in its first 5 days. And according to Variety, the film has now surpassed $350 million at the global box office. An undeniable hit, and one made even more extraordinary considering the unique release strategy for Warner Bros. 2021 film slate. While there is no hard data regarding the streaming numbers, the third-party streaming ratings firm Samba TV recently reported that 3.6 million households watched at least 5 minutes of Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max in the film's first 5 days on the site. Samba also shows that the HBO Max audience watching this new MonsterVerse installment was larger than Wonder Woman 84, which was seen in at least 2.2 million households, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was viewed by 1.8 million. This data again is just for the first 5 minutes of streaming, and Samba only pulls data from smart TVs, so this isn't a fully accurate picture of how streaming itself contributes to the film's revenue, but it does shed some light in regards to the prospects for the rest of Warner's 2021 film slate. Since the success of Godzilla vs. Kong, there has been much speculation regarding the other Warner Bros. Films set to premiere this year, and whether any changes will be made in the release strategy for Dune in particular. Recently, CNBC conducted an interview with legendary entertainment CEO Joshua Grode, in which he revealed where the release strategy for Dune currently stands.
How does this plan, at least for the next year, that Warner Brothers has to do these simultaneous releases impact your outlook on the industry?
Well, look, in the short term, we have another movie coming up, Dune, which is on path to being a day-and-date release. And, we have a great partner in Warner Brothers who recognizes the benefit they're getting from the content on HBO Max. And they're leaning in as a good partner would do, to make this a mutually beneficial relationship.
The relationship with Legendary and Warner Brothers started out pretty contentious after Warner Media shocked the film industry by announcing that all of its 2021 films would get a simultaneous theatrical and streaming release on HBO Max. Initially, there were legal issues between these two companies, but now it seems that the relationship between Legendary and Warner Brothers has come to be more amenable, with Joshua Grode praising their collaboration going forward, and again confirming that Dune is still on track for a simultaneous release. I still wouldn't be surprised if there were changes to come as the rest of this year plays out, however, but as of right now, this is where Dune stands. I can only hope that Dune will reach a level of success similar to Godzilla vs. Kong, so that Villeneuve's adaptation of this epic work of science fiction will be complete. It is certainly encouraging to hear the writer Eric Roth's praise of Villeneuve's Dune, and with the prospect of a quote, spectacular film built from such incredible source material, I remain optimistic for its success and the intended sequel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And let me know your thoughts regarding the comments from writer Eric Roth and Legendary CEO Joshua Grode. Do you think Warner Bros. Should reconsider its current day-and-date release strategy? And do you think Dune will reach a level of success similar to Godzilla vs. Kong? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.